Kim. My name is Vincent Kim. I'm in 6th grade in Chidong Elementary School. I have studied ITC about more than 2 years, and today I prepared a presentation about the light and what is the color of the sky. I'm so happy to have open class day today, and I hope that I have not lots of mistake today, and I'll start my presentation. First, I'll explain you about why does the sky look color blue. To understand this contents, we have to know about this light wave first. In this light wave from this red color to the purple color, its wavelength became more shorter and the frequency it became more higher. When you want to understand more easily, you can understand that when the wavelengths became more higher, the frequency that go up and down, it'll go more faster than the red color. So it is easy when you understand that the red color and the purple color, these frequency and wavelengths are all different and are all opposite one. So the reason why the sky looks blue is because the blue light wave are all scattered around in the sky. So in our eye it look blue, but actually it is a little bit purple color, but it look blue color in our eyes. Next, I'll explain you why are the sunrises and the sunset look red. This is very beautiful picture, and when we see the sunrises and sunsets, it look very beautiful, and there will be a red, orange, yellow colors. The reason why it spread more, scattered away more further is because the red light wave can travel without any disturb, like opposite features of the blue light wave. So it is much further away, scattered in all the sky. So it looks red, orange, yellow color when we see it. And if there is dust in the atmosphere, it makes the sunset or sunrises more beautiful. So after the volcanic eruption and the forest fire, it'll make the sunset or sunrises more beautiful phenomenon when we see it. But the reason why that it look more beautiful is because the dust help the light wave to scatter more further away, so it make us to see more. So it makes us to see more precious phenomena when there is dust in the atmosphere. So I've thought that in Japan, I think that we can see more beautiful sunset or sunrise because in Japan there are lots of natural disaster inside, like volcanic eruptions. So I think we can see more beautiful picture in Japan because there are lots of natural disaster. Next, I'll explain you about the spectrum of the light. The spectrum of the light is very similar like with the light wave. When we see this picture, in this diagram, it told us there is radio wave, microwave, infrared, visible light, visible spectrum, X-ray, and gamma rays. But we can only see the visible spectrum. The reason why is because the frequency or the wavelengths are more higher or longer than the red color or the purple color, so it is invisible in our eyes, but it exists in the world, but the reason only it is invisible, so we can detect it. So when there is a microwave turning around,
Sorry about that.
It's okay. It's not that good for your eyesight to see the microwave turning around because of the microwave. And when you see this picture in the visible spectrum, from the red to the purple color before I've told you, the wavelengths and the frequency are all opposite opposite with the purple color and the red colors. Next, I'll explain you about the far infrared radiation. Maybe you have heard about the far infrared radiation because it is using very usually nowadays. Far infrared radiation are used in the Oriental Medical Clinic for cure the people who are very sick. And in this picture, there are near infrared, short wave infrared to the far infrared. But from the far infrared to the near infrared, its wavelengths became more longer, but the frequency became more lower. So I think it's easy to memorize that if the wavelengths became more longer, its frequency will naturally become more shorter. But when the frequency became more higher, its wavelengths became more lower because it's like regularly invisible spectrum. So you can understand very well and memorize very easily when you understand like this. Next, I'll explain about effects of the UV rays. Maybe you've heard about that you have to put on sunscreen because most parents told us that you have to put on sunscreen or you'll all get skin burning, so you'll be very sick after you played. So many parents told us to put the sunscreen on our skin, and it's because the UV rays are very powerful and it gave lots of effects to our skin. Most people know about the feature of the UVB in UV rays, and also for representative in UV rays, there are UVA and UVB. Most people know the feature of the UVB because it affects to the skin burning. So in skin, as you know, there are lots of cells, and also there will be red cell. In red cell, there are lots of hemoglobin inside. So it affects the hemoglobin. But the UVA, it affects the tanning response and aging too. So when we get too much of UV rays, we might look so old than our real age because of these effects of UVA. So the feature of the UVA, it affects to the melanin in our skin. So it's not that good to get too much of sunlight or the UV rays outside, but getting adult amount of UV rays are the best because it is all known because when you get UV rays, it makes our bone more stronger than before. So I think getting not too much UV rays are the best in our health. Next, I'll explain about how fast does the light move. Light moves very extremely fast because its speed is about 300,000 kilometers per second. Then some people will wonder that what this number will mean. This number is the speed of the sound. The speed of the sound is 340.29 kilometers per second. Before I don't know about the speed of the light. I don't know that the light moves very fast like this speed. But after I know about the speed of the light, it moves very fast, and I think it's travel the fastest in the world because of its speed is extremely big. Then, Eun-sung, do you now know is light a particle or a wave?
Light is a wave. Maybe.
Yeah, of course it's light is wave.
In 18th century, Newton told us that light is a particle, but in 19th century, many people told us that that's the wrong opinion because light is a wave. Now let's hear about the both opinion. First, if the light is a particle, as you know, in the refraction, when in there, if for example, if there is lots of amount of water in the basket and when the light shine, then it seems that it bend inside the water, but actually that's not, but only it seems. And also, the scientists told that when we shine the light on the metal, it make it descend the light power energy power. So many people told us that the light was a particle. But also we have to know about why does many people told that the light is a wave. When we see this picture, if there is beam A and beam B, if the light is a particle, when they knock together, the particle will all scattered around, but actually that's not. The light only goes straight without any disrupt together. So light is also a particle and also a wave. So we call this quantum mechanics. So the people who told that light is a wave and also the light is a particle,
Both.
yes, they are all correct because light have a feature of the both of wave and the particle.
So photons, it exists as a photons. Have you heard about it? Photons? Photons. It's a particle, tiny particle of the light. So both are correct.
Next, I'll explain you about interference patterns. Interference patterns are also the opinion of the people who told us that the light is a particle. When we see in the pond, we can see the interference patterns because there is two or more oval or round shape that became more further away spread together, but it don't disturb each other. Also, we can have some very easy experiment that when we get water and when we put the pencil together, then it make the interference patterns. Next, I'll explain you about irradiation. Radiation are very lethal to our health because radiation inside there is nucleus, so it's very lethal materials to our body. The radiation it is invisible, so nobody knows that we are exposing by the radiation. Maybe I'm exposing by radiation, but nobody knows because it's invisible. And the radiation, it cuts the chromosome. Everyone will know that there will be only 23 pairs of chromosome in our body, and if there is one more chromosome or less chromosome than the usual number, we'll get symptoms.
Symptoms.
We'll get symptoms. So it's very
Symptom of the exposure of the radiation, the result, you mean?
we will get symptom of the radiation exposure.
All right.
The radiation or cut the chromosomes by the time pass, so it's same as we are losing our body systems. So we have to be careful to don't get loss of radiation.
Right, or you can say radioactive.
Radioactive.
I mean,
Yep.
where does the radiation form and how can we expose by the radiation?
How can we?
For example, when you are looking at the sausage that turning around and heating inside the microwave. And
Oh, really?
also there is microwave because
What? Really?
because in
I've been always looking at it.
no, it's not good for our eyesight.
No, I've been doing it all the time.
No.
No, my eyes.
In this picture,
I shouldn't have done that.
the radio wave, microwave, infrared ray, and it was visible spectrum and the ultraviolet, X-ray, and gamma rays. All of them have amount of radiation, but the
Infrared rays is okay, but not looking at directly, of course, because because it's still light. But by the way, okay, I got it. Yeah. Oh, so just try to explain what you just tried to say.
So when for example you were trying to eat sausage and you want to heat it to eat more delicious, and when you heat the sausage inside the microwave and when you see it with your 2 eyes, it is saying that exposing by radioactive. So you maybe learn it in the school to don't see the microwave because it's not good for your eyesight. Next,
All right, go ahead.
next, I'll explain you about the in banana, or they have radiation. And so, do you believe that there is radiation in banana?
I heard that there is a very small amount of radiation in bananas.
Radioactive rays.
Radioactive.
Right. Because when you say radiation, also it can mean the heat from coming out of the something hot material. So radioactive rays. Not to get confused.
Right, and someone's right, because in banana there will be a very small amount of radioactive ray. But after they heard about my word, most people will think that when I eat banana is same as that I'm exposing by radioactive rays. So they don't tend to eat banana, but I think it's wrong because eating so much and die are more easy to die because eating banana. When you want to die by eating banana because of exposing of your radioactive ray, then you have to eat 170 bananas every day about a week, then you'll die. But actually it doesn't give us so much effects in our health. And also I hope that there will be no war in the future, because some country will throw the
Nuclear bomb?
nuclear bomb. Then
In the future, perhaps?
maybe if we have war.
No, there shouldn't be, by the way. Yeah, some countries they have. I know. Some countries. Well, it's gonna be just whole extinction. I think if so, then it's gonna be like all extinction of the living creature on the earth, I guess.
Except for cockroach.
Cockroach! You're insisting the cockroaches. Yeah, so it's gonna be the cockroach universe though.
Right, in the future, maybe some country which are very crazy will throw the nucleus bomb when they have a war.
Nuclear bomb.
Nuclear bomb, but I hope there will be no country in the future, because it make that all of them will die.
Yeah.
It's same as they want to die, so they throw the
It's like the suiciding themselves. Right?
Nuclear bomb. So I hope there will be no nuclear bomb to don't affect to the human to the human health. To the human health. So I hope there will be no nuclear bomb. And today in the school I've learned about the North Korea and South Korea today in the school.
You mean the Korean War?
Yes. I don't know.
June 25th?
No.
No, not that one. About the unification?
Yes.
What if? Like supposing, what if we get united?
Yeah.
Okay.
Today I've learned about the context of what if we get united, and there will be a very good there will be a cons and
Pros and cons.
Yeah. If we unite each other, but first I think that if we unite each other, the North Korea maybe will throw the nuclear bomb, then I'll die. So I don't want to live if we have a war, because I think that it's better to die than living more slowly and more sick.
So
But I've heard the news that my friend told me that if we have war, that it's saying that the North Korea are killing themselves because the nuclear bomb will spread very far away. Also, it'll affect to Japan.
yeah, even the Japan and
Yeah.
their own country too.
So I'm so thanks to North Korea that they don't throw the
They don't crazy out. I see.
they will,
Someday they will make.
No, it shouldn't be. No.
if they want to die, then they will throw nuclear
Oh,
bomb.
please don't. Yeah, save your life.
Yeah, so I
Don't do that.
hope there will be peace in our country if we united with North Korea and our country. Next, I'll explain about the X-ray and gamma rays. Gamma ray are the most lethal materials in the world, more than the X-ray. When we only get a small amount of the gamma rays, we can be die.
You can die.
We can be die because it's so lethal things. Also, the X-ray are not that good for us because when you see this diagram, it can pass through the thick layer very easily. And this picture is the picture who took X-ray. Then it told us that it can pass through our skin easily. That's
Even the
all.
bones? Gamma rays?
Maybe
Can penetrate it?
because gamma rays are the most lethal.
Ah, it's the strongest.
Yes.
Okay.
The gamma rays are the strongest one. Also, when you go to the medical clinic, most doctors don't recommend us to take an X-ray because it's not that good for our health. But it's okay to take an X-ray that not that much, that the adult amount of the taking picture. And before I've told you, many people don't know about your gamma rays, but the gamma rays, its frequency are very high and the wavelengths are very low, so it's the most lethal one. But this radio wave and microwave, it doesn't contain not the lots of amount of the radioactive rays, so it's okay to seeing the microwave, but not that good for our health. And do you have any question?
So, you said that the gamma rays is very dangerous and we can die if we just get exposed by just a little, and also I heard that X-ray is also when we exposed by the X-ray for a long time we can die too. And is it really correct?
In this picture, the also X-ray, its frequency is very high. So we can die when we get too much time by exposing to the X-ray.
Wait a minute. We shouldn't say we can be die. We can die. Just die. Except me.
We can die when we get too much
Exposed.
when we get exposed too much of X-ray. So we have to be careful to don't expose by X-ray and gamma rays too much for our health. Thank you for listening to my presentation.
Well done. Eunseong, your turn. So now, we're proudly represent Eunseong Kim. Yay!
Hello, my name is Eunseong and I'm a 6th grade student of Children Elementary School. Means I want to give you a question. What kind of wind do you like the most?
I love the gust because I like extremely fast speed of the wind.
Gust?
I
You wanna experience the Wizard of the Oz like the Dorothy?
not that big one, but
Well, if you say the gust, then very
not
strong.
that extremely big gust. But I want to enjoy that gust.
Well, gust from the fan, then that might be okay.
Okay.
So winter is very same with me, and I like the very strong winds blowing because I don't like hot days and like the strong wind blowing with the cold airs. So there are also other various types of winds from the very calm wind, which doesn't have any wind speed, and also the natural disaster which can kill the people, or also which can damage the whole city. So I'm going to tell you about the types of winds. So Minza, do you know how can we separate the winds?
Like that. You're really organized.
So the wind can be separated by the two big kinds, breeze and gales. So
Gales.
breeze and gales.
Yeah.
So breeze is a wind which is wind speed is 0 to 49 kilometers per hour, and the gale time in gales wind speed is more than 50 kilometers per hour. There's three kinds of breeze: soft breeze, moderate breeze, and strong breeze. And in gale, there is four types.
There are 4
There are
types.
4 types:
Yeah.
moderate gale, brush gale, strong gale, and whole gale. So moderate gale, and today I'm going to tell you about it one by one with the speed and also its damage. So Minza, do you know what is an anemometer?
It is the things that measure the speed of the wind.
So an anemometer is an instrument for the scientists to use the winds and to use the speed of winds. And this picture shows the cup anemometer, which has 4 cups. And there are lots of kinds of anemometers, like the cup anemometer, which have the 4 cups or 3 cups. And also there's an anemometer which has no cups.
No cups? Then why do we need to use that? With a stick only?
And with the
Oh, maybe
device, a kind of device we can.
Okay, so maybe that chicken picture of the plate.
Yes,
Okay.
it is a one kind of anemometer too. So to calculate the speed of the winds, we should do the math. So when we say the anemometer circumference is d, and when we multiply with the how much time did the anemometer rotated in a minute by the computer which is attached to this anemometer, and we can get how much inch can the wind go in a minute. So when we change the units to the inch to mile and minutes to the hour, we can get the mph, which means the mile per hour. And this is how the scientists measure the speed of winds, and they tell us the speed of winds. So now I'm going to tell you about it one by one. The first is the soft breeze. Soft breeze wind speed is 0 to 19 kilometers per hour, and it is very soft winds. And lots of people don't feel the winds. And you can know it is blowing because the leaf rustles, or the very small plants like the flowers, or the flowers' leaves just move a little. And next is a moderate breeze. Moderate breeze is 20 to 28 kilometers per hour, and in this wind, the people feels the winds, and it is one of the most common wind we can experience. And also in this wind, the twigs and the leaves sway, and also it is stronger than the calm one, but it is still very weak. And next is the strong breeze, which is wind speed is 39 to 49 kilometers per hour. And in this wind, the large branches of the large trees or the very small trees like young ones move, and its wind speed is 39 to 49 kilometers per hour. And we can feel the wind.
Quite strong.
We can feel the wind is quite strong, but its wind speed is not stronger than 50 kilometers per hour.
Then how do wind affects to the flying airplane?
Actually, the airplanes moves about 900 kilometers per hour, so it doesn't affect so much. But when it is very strong, like the whole game I will explain you about later, or the hurricanes, it can maybe give the damage because it's wind speed.
So you mean up to
fast.
this speed, the flight can fly?
Yeah.
All right.
But in a very, very strong wind speed, it is very hard to get a flight. And next is a moderate gale. Next is a wind which is stronger than, it is faster than the 50 kilometers per hour, the gale is. And the weakest one is the moderate gale, and its wind speed is 50 to 61 kilometers per hour. And it makes the large trees to move. And next is a fresh gale, which wind speed is 62 to 74 kilometers per hour, and it is very strong that the small trees breaks up trees, and it is a little bit dangerous because when we are hit by this wind, we can get the damage because of the blind twigs. And next is a strong gale. In the strong gales, the large branch breaks up trees, and it becomes very dangerous because when we are hit by the branches, it is very dangerous, and it can give lots of damage to the peoples, and also it can give some damage to the people's house too. And last is a whole gale, which is the strongest one except for the disasters. And in this wind speed is 89 to 108 kilometers per hour. And it is very strong that the cars driving in the highway speed is about 100 kilometers per hour, and the wind speed is like that. So we can say that there is the air which is moving as fast as the cars in the highways, and it is very strong that it uproots the trees, and it gives some damage to the people's house. And it is not a good choice, and we should not go outside from our house. So in this diagram, it shows how does each wind impacts to the woods. So first is a calm air, which means there's no air, and makes the smoke rise straight. And in the light breeze, it makes the smoke to drift, and it can't go straight. It can go up straight. And in the light breeze, it makes the leaves rustles, and in a gentle breeze, the twigs move. And in the moderate breeze, and it makes the trees, leaves, and twigs to start to sway, and it becomes to be the wind which we can feel. And in the fresh breeze, which is stronger than the moderate breeze, but weaker than the strong breeze, it makes the small trees to sway, and in the strong breeze, it makes the large branches sway. And the strong breeze, the strongest one of the whole breeze. And next is a gale, the moderate gale, which makes the whole trees to be in motion. In a French gale, it makes the small trees breaks up trees. It makes the people damage when they are hit by this. And the strong gale, which makes the branches breaks up trees, and it makes the lots of damage to the people, and also it can get the slight damage to the people's house. And next is the whole gale, which is the strongest except for the storms and hurricane like these disasters. And in this whole gale, the trees uproots whole, and it can give the lots of damage to the people. And the storm and hurricane is called the natural disasters because it is so fast, so strong. It makes the trees to collapse whole, and in hurricane, it makes the trees to destroy whole. So it is very strong winds, and I'm going to tell you about these strong disasters. So, Misa, do you know the differences between hurricane, cyclone, and tornadoes?
Where's the typhoon? Oh, come on.
They occur different by their location.
So, actually, the hurricane, cyclone, and typhoon is the all same thing, but all the kind of same winds, but the locations makes their names different, and also the typhoon is the large spinning wind which brings lots of rains, and it is occur near our Korea, China, or Japan. And cyclone is the wind which is made near in the Indian Ocean, and it goes to the India or Africa. And the hurricane is the strong wind which is made in the Atlantic Ocean, moving to the Americas. And all three has some differences, but they're actually the same strong winds. And also they have the similar things that for example, when the hurricane is made in the ocean, it is very strong and it starts to move to the America. But when it comes to the land, the hurricane should have some moist, but when it comes to the land, there is not enough moist for the hurricane to be last. So when it comes to the land, its speed and also its power starts to decrease. So it is why when the hurricane is made, the coast areas can have the lots of damage, but inner areas doesn't have the inner area. There's actually almost no damage.
Then, what is the feature of the typhoon?
Typhoon is a very strong wind, and also because it is made in the ocean, it brings us storms like the rains or lightnings, and it is very hard to predict because it lasts very long in the ocean, and so it gives more people dying or people damaged than the tornadoes, which is I'm going to explain it now. The tornado is the large spinning wind which is made in the inner land, and it is very big. So some big tornadoes are bigger than whole Korea. So Korea can't have the tornado easily. But in America, there is a lot of plain lands which can form the tornado easily, and it makes sometimes the whole city to destroy, but actually it doesn't kill lots of people, and I'm going to explain you about it later.
You mean directly?
Yeah.
It doesn't kill people directly, but by some other falling debris or something like that, right?
So means that do you know how does these each concept is born?
By the gathering of the wind.
So means that is partially right, and like the tornado, there should be the thunderstorms clouds, which is called the thunder clouds, which is called the supercell is supercell is needed to be formed for the formation of tornadoes, and it also blocks the hot air rising up. It is the hot airs are blocked because of the supercells, and it makes them moist. And when there's too much moist, and it makes the hot air to move to the downside of the hot air to move to the down to the land again, and in the between these two kinds of between these hot airs turning, it makes the little spin, and it makes the sparks the small spinning wind called a mesocyclone. And when this mesocyclone makes the air which is coming down, and when the hot air and the cold air crash to each other, it makes the more spinning air, and when it makes the wind, and it goes to the downside, it comes to the land, it makes a tornado, and it moves to, and when this tornado moves, and in this path, lots of cities or the lots of things in this path, almost all are destroyed, and sometimes it is
Shredded.
and it flies away sometimes.
Yeah.
And hurricane is the
So it's whirling like a spiral shape, like a cone shape, right?
so the hurricane is may similar with the tornado, but it is a little bit different because there should be no supercell made, and also it just makes the spinning wind very fastly, and when it moves to the ocean, it becomes more stronger because the moist and the moist can be gathered more easily. But when it comes to the land, it becomes stews down, and it doesn't give us lots of damage in the inner lands. And also, actually, the cyclone is made same with the hurricane, but it is a little bit. But its name is just different because of the location where it is formed. So it means do you know which is the strongest wind of all?
Tornado.
So the tornado is the strongest wind, and hurricane cyclone is very same to each other, and it makes the lots of it is very same. Its wind speed is almost same, but it is known that the hurricane is a little bit stronger. And the tornado is very fast, that it can bring the more than 80 tons of the oil tanks, and the recorded tornado have moved it. And
Really?
so the outside of the tornado is very fast, which speed is more than 100 kilometers per hour. That means can you guess how fast is the inner part of the tornado's speed?
Speed of the tornado?
Speed of the tornado in the very middle of the
Nothing. Isn't there nothing in it? It's just a hole, right? You mean very center of the tornado?
The inside of the tornado.
Ah, you mean the like lining?
Yeah.
About 200 kilometers
Per hour?
And it is much more stronger, and
Faster?
it's much more faster. Recorded tornado's inner part wind speed was 512 kilometers per hour.
Oh,
and,
get out of here.
and it is very fast, and it can bring and it can destroy whole cities or bring the three oil tanks which weight is when we add all of its weight is more than 80 tons, and it was very heavy. But these strong winds move the 80 tons of oil tanks, but the small things can be easily lifted by this wind, and it can be found in lots of water in long distance where the tornado has gone. And it shows this picture shows the damage of the tornado, and it looks very serious, and it destroyed the whole city, and it also makes it looks to kill the lots of people, but actually it doesn't kill lots of people. Then the hurricanes, typhoons, or cyclones, and it is because
Where is it? This.
Somewhere in America.
Oh, okay. But don't know exactly. All right.
The name of the village, I don't know.
All right.
So actually the peoples are not killed very easily by these tornadoes, because it is very easy to predict where the tornado is born and where the tornado comes. So the people living where the tornadoes pass go to the shelter earlier than the tornado comes, but the damage of the whole city's building is very serious, and it makes the whole city to destroy by this tornado. And as we look at this picture, the recorded one killed only 150 people, but the hurricanes kills more people because they are hard to predict, because they last very long, and it is not very hard. It is very hard for the hurricanes, for example, like typhoons, to where to go, China, Korea, or Japan. So
It's covered a large area, by the way. More than tornadoes, just local.
So when the scientists predict that sometimes when the typhoon will go to the Japan, but sometimes it comes to the Korea, but sometimes it comes to Korea, but it goes to the Japan, and this makes lots of people very hard to predict and hard to prepare for these strong winds. So it is very dangerous winds. So when the tornadoes or the strong winds comes to our city, it is the most safe to go to the shelter. But if it is hard, we should go to the basement floor, or where there is something which can block the winds, like under the stairs, and also being near the window is very dangerous, because window can break easily, which can give us some damage. Tamika, do you have any questions?
I have two questions. What is the difference between the gust and the sustained wind?
So the gust and the sustained wind, and there are two kinds of winds. Are all the very strong winds. Like the gust is the wind which made the.
You mean the bullet? Bullet and the gust?
No, sustained wind.
Ah, yeah.
And some gusts made the whole house to go to other land with like the.
You mean blow away the house? Whole house?
And it is very strong. And the sustained wind is very thin with the gust, and actually the gust they mean a tornado is all the very strong winds. So they are very similar.
Extremely fast winds.
They're very extremely fast, and you can destroy the whole buildings. So actually, when we say there is a gust, it is almost saying there is a tornado, and when we say tornado, it's almost saying with gust. So lots of people don't see the difference between those three big winds.
It's like the lipstick, red lipstick, like red number 504 or 506, like that, isn't it?
It's very similar to each other.
Okay.
And please explain us about a little bit about the jet stream and how does the jet stream formed?
Jet stream?
Oh.
No, it's gonna take an hour to explain.
Jet stream is the very
Briefly.
best air, stream of the air. The stream of the air, and it is very strong. And when the airplane should go far away, pilots use the jet streams because, like, when we go to from Korea to America, it is very long. And for my experience, it takes about 10 hours, and it is very long.
To where? West?
Huh?
West America?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So-
This is the jet stream.
So there is a jet stream where jet stream from the Korea to the America and the
West America.
West America too. So pilot use these, and they can take some rest with these jet streams. And it is like that there is an ocean current in the ocean, and there is the jet stream in the air, and it is similar to each other.
Okay.
So thank you for listening to my speech.
All right. So here we are. So today was our. Come on, show must go on. Today was our level 11's open class. Thank you for watching us.
아이고야.